Hello everyone, so yes, we are indeed back in Final Fantasy XIV Online. We are currently in the midst of our Heavensward expansion, and anyways, I decided to start with this, because there's only a few more episodes, videos left of the Stardew Valley playthrough, and I haven't quite figured out how I'm going to go about recording those, because a lot of it has a lot of grinding in between, and while I'm working on figuring out how to do that, I decided to go back to working on the playthrough for Final Fantasy XIV. And as I mentioned in my video updating the channel sort of thing, I mentioned that I am going to be no longer doing the side quests in the same video as the main scenario quest video. I will have a side playlist starting from this point on with the side quests for various areas, and I'll be linking the quests in the description as best as I can to kind of break up the video for each of those portions, because I will be doing it one by one. Same with the main scenario quest, as I make sure he doesn't disappear. Anyway, and I'm going to stick with doing unlocking quests. So if we see here, we have well, like here, for example, we see these ones are purple ones. I'm not actually going to do these ones because these ones are side quests, and while they do unlock things, it's not really specific to playthrough per se. Unlike this one, the hunter becomes the queue, where you see we get the aether current, and that is more of a playthrough type thing because the aether current allows us to fly. And I'm especially doing it because you can see here, we only need 3 more. Well, I currently have this one completed, which awards an aether current. This one also, aether current. And then our next main scenario quest will also have the aether current. So, without any more further ado, don't ask, that was a terrible intro. Anyway, so I decided I would do the talking to Marchamp's hunters, which the first of is right here. So Leonolf says, "From the way I heard it, one of the hunters was attacked and provoked, and got knocked unconscious by a single kick. Ain't never heard of a chocobo doing that." And apparently he has a quest for us, but we're not going to pick that up, as I just mentioned, for reasons. Haha. So, moving on to the next one, and I don't know why I keep saying haha. And speaking with the next one, Ginner. See the cage there? Blasted chocobo pulled the door right off its hinges. It was like it was trying to rescue the bird inside. And he too has a quest for us, and the last one is over there. And speaking to the last one, bird. The bird ain't scared of us hunters, I can tell you that much. It's rare one of us comes away from an encounter with it unscathed. And he too unlocks another quest for us. And I'm just gonna teleport my way there because I'm feeling lazy. Because we soon will be able to fly! I mean, hi. And so we need to speak with Marschamp, who should be right in here, and he is indeed. I don't know why I said that. Seems like a chocobo's been stirring up trouble around the forest. While you were gathering information, I went in and checked the traps that are set up round Tailfeather. Ain't nothing left of him but scattered straw and broken wood. Can't say we've ever dealt with a problem like this one. Might be that this chocobo has taken some kind of revenge on us hunters, and these acts are a means of provoking us. By all accounts, this chocobo is stronger and more clever than the rest. I expect capturing it won't be a simple feat. And so we get our aether current movement there. Yahoo! And we need to speak with Vidofnir all the way over there, so I'm going to teleport over here because that's also where our last aether current will also be. And so we'll turn in this quest first, which is up there, I believe? We'll find out. Aha, it is in fact here. Perfect. So S-Cass. Hehehe, so the younglings have learned their place. I believe we were teaching his kidlets that humans are a lot stronger than they think they are. So the younglings have learned their place. Do not worry, my intention is not to foster ill relations, but to teach. The younglings grow too prideful, doubting the strength of men, but thanks to you, they now understand. And with that, we get another aether current. And another quest, but again, not picking it up. I will stop saying that all the time. And Vidofnir is on the floor higher, I believe. Oh, no, we need to go to the Cavern of Mourn, which is all the way over there. Okay. Right. Where am I going? I'm going this way. I know what I'm doing. So I'm going to jump up onto my chocobo because we have a long ways to go. And it also requires me to do a dungeon, which we'll find out shortly. And yes, that is a dragon corpse. And we also get to see our first look of some T-Rexes. Wait, no, we've already seen those. No, we haven't. Sorry, that was a spoiler. See? Tyrannosaurus. Friendly looking, isn't it? Oddly enough, there's also a mount like this one. But I don't have it. I believe it's a PvP one. And a very angry thing. I don't know what kind of creature that is. These are very clearly Tyrannosauruses. Hence the name. And then we have Fine Garens. I believe some of the side quests were killing some of these. But that's fine. And it's kind of like a volcanic-y, dinosaur-y aged thing in this area. So Moghan is there. And we need to head over to this thing. You discovered a new location as it fills in the map. And we will try to avoid those. And as we approach here, Vidofnir, oh okay, it's a destination mark, gotcha. And there's also a sightseeing log right here, which I will go and collect, I believe. Nope, that's not it. Aha, it is prey. Anyways, so there's that. And so the destination marker. Well done, little one. As promised, I shall open the way to Sawmile's summit for thee and thy companions. You don't look so friendly. Heed me now, children of man. Domain you seek to enter hath not seen visitors of your kind in nigh 1 on 1,000 years. Though I freely grant you passage, your presence will not be welcomed. To my kin, this mountain is revered as holy ground and resting place both. Where are you the minions of Nidhogg during your ascent? For 'tis certain they shall take great offense at your intrusion. We are grateful for your warnings, gentle Vidofnir. My final words are for thee, Dragoon. Have care to keep the stolen power thou wieldest in check, lest it breed further despair. Estinian? The way is open. Let us not tarry here. A moment. Shall we blindly forge on, knowing the dangers that await us? Tiamat herself is said to guard this peak. I do not fear Nidhogg's consort. Any dragon foolish enough to bar our path shall feel the sting of my lance. Spoken like a true butcher. Need I remind you that we are come to parley in peace? Let us be clear, heretic. 'Twas to save Ishgard and her people that I first lent my support to this doubtful venture, and 'tis for this sake that I go now to speak with Reisvelgar. But I said nothing of Tiamat. Should the opportunity present itself to rid my people of one of the deadliest enemies, I shall take it. This is my duty as Azur Dragoon. You are beyond redemption. We will accomplish nothing by bickering. If we are to meet with Rails Velgar, our path leads up the mountain. We shall defend ourselves if attacked, but avoid conflict wherever possible. What other choice do we have? I oddly say as an Azure Dragoon myself. I mean, hi. Some are now accessible. The duty finder is updated with a new regular duty. Woo! So anyway, obviously I will be doing this duty, and I may do it as a tank just so I have a faster queue. We shall defend ourselves if attacked, but avoid conflict wherever possible. What other choice do we have? A dragon lost to anger is beyond all control. This I learned to my sorrow when I unleashed the horde upon Ishgard. Estinian. I feel the weight of Dravanian rancor pressing down upon me. Yeah, I think I will go as my tank just for a faster queue. And here we go. And looky there, we've got ourselves another crystal. Celebrian? I'm good. Fine. Whatever. Twould seem Tiamat was the last. I sense no other dragons nearby. What is happening? Gasp. As I say it, Nidhogg. He roars. He knows we are here then. His fury, it bleeds through the eye. Fear not, I'm yet my own master. But the darned worm's wrath burns hotter than flame. Come, the heart of the dragon's homeland yet lies before us. Thus do we add another link to the chain of vengeance. O Saint Shiva, when will it end?
To the peak of Som Al, at the end of a perilous mountain path, whence could be seen a string of pearl-like islands floating impossibly atop a sea of clouds. To a domain where dragons and men had once lived in harmony, whose majesty no mortal eye had glimpsed for nigh on 1,000 years. They came.
And that's also why I got that sightseeing log thingy before, because I would have forgotten otherwise, and that's what I ended up doing the first time around because I hadn't expected to be teleported up here. Anyway, so it's nighttime and kind of lightning-ing. But yeah, so that's this area, Moghome. And before we talk to them, we are going to attune to the aetherite if I am able to do so. And I am indeed able to do so, and also talk to that summoning stone. Justinian. Ah, I feel the worm's anger. His lair is not far. Not far at all. Misael. We stand within the sacred homeland of dragons, beneath the sky that is Race Velgar's domain. Our quest nears its end, Celebrian. Elfino. We have reached it at last, the peak of Samal. 'Tis said to be the highest mountain in all of Eorzea. You know, I thought it cold in Coerthas, but the air here carries the chill of a dozen winters. And with that we have our latest aether curtain. And we're Freebird in Dravonian Forlands. Yay! And the Dravonian Forlands aether current's attunement complete. This place is far from the barren mountaintop I pictured in my mind. Well, Dragoon, do you believe these ruins were also built by heretics to deceive the faithful of Ishgard? Wait, what? How can one not be moved by such a breathtaking sight? Well, right now we can't really see much because we're in the dark time. Let's just zoom in and look that way. I mean, we can kind of see some structures, but not really because it's nighttime, and yeah. It'll look better later. Elfino. Elfino ponders the means by which you might find Race Velgar, as I butcher his name some more. Now that we have scaled a mountain, there remains the problem of finding Race Velgar himself. As a Moogle goes by. Moogle, Moogle, Moogle. What manner of creature is that? Hehe. Celebrian, do my eyes deceive me? Or was that a Moogle? Well, unless we're both seeing the same thing, or not seeing the same thing, then yep, that totally was a Moogle. It was my understanding they only dwelled within the Twelveswood. I certainly never expected to see one in the Churning Mists. If the Moogle does live here, however, he may know where Race Velgar makes his lair. Quickly now, before we lose the creature completely. And with that, we go down here into this curiously shaped stone. You discovered a new location as we see this map. Haha. Elfino. Bah, he's gone, Celebrian. We must widen our search. And there's also a sightseeing log thing up there, and if I'm not mistaken, you can't actually hop up there until you can fly. Yeah, because I don't think you can... No. Yeah, I don't think you can get up there until you can fly. Anyway, we'll just hop there. And hop our ways down here. You see Elfino here, and we'll speak with him in a moment. Elfino. We did see a Moogle, did we not? Nope, we're both crazy. Etheric disturbance. The nearby air appears warped. You sense the concealed magics are at work. You sail. Where could he have gone? Destination. Surveying. I have heard tales of these Moogles, but 'tis the first time I've ever laid eyes on one. They are rather adorable, aren't they? What? Why do you stare at me so? Can I not find a creature adorable? My heart is not truly made of ice. And Estinian is over here. And we will speak with him also. A Moogle, did you say? I'm unfamiliar with the breed, but I shall search for one nonetheless. Destination. We see another etheric disturbance up there. I see no evidence of this Moogle of yours. Are you certain it wasn't a trick of the light? Mayhaps 'twas simply one of those strange plants shifting in a breeze. Nope, it was definitely a Moogle. Etheric disturbance. The nearby air appears warped. You sense the concealing magics are at work. And our final destination. But not the final destination. There's no sign of a Moogle in the area. Elfino. I'm sure I glimpsed the Moogle fleeing in this direction. Could he be concealing himself with magic? Duh. And I want to switch back to my Dragoon before I forget. Elfino. As we see shiny swords. I actually really like that sword. And we have an interesting axe. Kind of semi-interesting claymore. And the katana is actually kind of interesting. It isn't too bad looking of a katana. It actually fits quite well for the Ironworks gear, too. But I don't need any of those. Haha. Although I might get the claymore just because I will be leveling up my Dark Knight because I've been working a lot on my main character and I'm definitely more adept at it. Anyway, Elfino seems convinced that the Moogles hold the key to finding Reyes Velgar. Confound it, could we but enlist the aid of one of the local Moogles? I'm certain Reyes Velgar would not elude us for long. Though the eye enables me to sense the presence of dragons, I can only identify Nidhogg's with any certainty. We would wander the mists for days, and not know if we were any closer to his brood brother. And those are days we cannot well afford to squander. Shall we divide our forces then? Lady Ysayle, might I ask you to question any dragons whom you judge it safe to approach? I shall try, yet I fear the influence of Nidhogg's rage will render most of the Dravanians in the area deaf to reason. And what of you, Master Elfino? I have not yet given up on the Moogles. Celebrian, come with me to Gridania. I mean to petition the aid of the Moogles' kin in the Twelveswood. After that business with Mogmug, I dare say they will be glad to help us. Assuming you have no need of me, I shall remain here. Nidhogg senses both the loss of his consort and the coming of the Eye, and his attention is firmly fixed in this direction. I mean to do what I can to hold his gaze, in the hope that it might delay any action against Ishgard. Thank you, Estinian. Come then, Celebrian, let us make haste for Gridania and rendezvous at Nafika's altar. Ah, but I neglected to tell you. There is an aetherite of ancient construct here which should make the return journey rather less arduous. Pray do not forget to use it. And of course, that's your reminder to attune to the aetherite, so you can teleport back here. And thusly, I shall head to Gridania. And Nafika's altar is by the Conjurer's Guild, so I shall be teleporting there. And we thus need to speak with the Gate Guardian person. Oh, no, Elfino right here. My bad. I sent word to the Elder Seedseer upon arriving in Gridania, and I am pleased to report that she has agreed to grant us an audience. If anyone can help us to contact the Twelveswood Moogles, it is she. We're expected at the Lotus Stand. I trust you are familiar with the Conjurer stationed at its entrance. Yes, it's like literally right here. Silent Conjurer. The Elder Seedseer awaits you. Pray follow me. Proceed to the Lotus Stand. I bid you welcome, friends. The Admiral spoke of having met with you, but 'tis no less of a relief to see you safe and hail with mine own eyes. We humbly thank you for agreeing to receive us upon such notice, my lady, and for all you have done for us in our absence. Would that it were solely to express our gratitude that we came to you this day. Alas, the tides of battle yet dictate our comings and goings. Elder Seedseer, we would beg your wisdom in a matter that may finally bring an end to the Dragonsong War. Speak on, friend. Blah blah blah, this and that, da da da, doodly doo doo. thinking. I see. So you seek a means to contact these Muggles of the Churning Mist. Kupopopo! I say Kupo! Greetings, Kuplo Koop. To what do we owe the pleasure of your company? I was struck by the sudden urge to bring you some fruit, Kane, and I'm jolly glad I did. Tell me more about these Muggles in the sky, Kupo. I will gladly tell you all I know, though it amounts to precious little. We encountered a Moogle high in the clouds of Durania, and had hoped that you and your kin in the Twelveswood might agree to facilitate a meeting. Pray correct me if I'm mistaken, Kuplo, but there are legends Hot which speak of Muggles who dwelled beyond the clouds. Indeed there are, Kupo. Long ago, back when the world was still young, they say my ancestors served the gods up in the heavens. Of course that was before their masters stuck to the bickering like spoiled children. Ah yes, the tale of good King Mogmug the 12th. He is revered by the holding fast to a rope of miraculous length that his subjects might climb down from the sky and escape to the world below. Ignoring the more fanciful aspects of the tale, it may well be that the Kuplo's ancestors hailed from the Churning Mists. Given how long his kin have resided in the Twelveswood, it is perfectly possible that the details of their history have faded into the myth. Indeed, Master Alphino, such stories oft contain a measure of truth. 'Tis like that the Muggles of the Churning Mists tell similar tales of the world below. I can well imagine why the one you encountered fled at your approach. Fleeing is second nature to us. We often hide when the larger races come trampling through the forests. Of course, there's one Moogle. There's bound to be more. Which is why I've decided to take a trip to the clouds, Kupo. They surely won't be afraid to talk to me. I was hoping you might say that, Master Kuplo. You will accompany us then? Just you try and stop me, Kupo. I'll admit that thought of venturing outside the Twelveswood is a bit unsettling, but I can hardly refuse a chance to meet my distant cousins. If you will have me, I too will accompany you on this venture and lend my voice to your cause as an ambassador of Gridania. My lady? Are you quite certain? How oft has our nation turned to the scions of the Seventh Dawn in its hour of need? How oft have we asked the Warrior of Light to risk her life to save our own? Full many times I say to you, and never have they refused us. Thus do I choose this day to offer mine aid to our allies for the good of the realm. Is this not just? Most unexpected and most welcome offer, Elder Seedseer. We would be honored by your presence. And we must speak with Elphino once more. Pray return to the summit and inform our companions of these developments. I will serve as the Elder Seedseer's guide on the journey back to Somal. It being a path I've already trodden, I do not anticipate any great difficulties. Besides, we shall have the Elder Seedseer's personal guard to escort us. And so we need to speak with Estinian back at Moghome as we teleport there. And Estinian is here, and we speak with him thus. Well met, Warrior of Light. Nidhogg's not stirred, but he watches us, unblinking. The Elder Seedseer herself answers your call? Then there is naught to then there is naught to do but wait. They are here, Celebrian. Greetings, my friends. I'm happy to report that our journey was mercifully uneventful, devoid of as the road was of Duranians. To what seem the dragons have abandoned Somal for the Churning Mists. Elder Seatsier, I present to you Sir Estinian, Ishgard's Azir Knight Dragoon. 'Tis an honor to meet you, Sir Estinian. I have heard many tales of your order's extraordinary skill and courage. Friends, I feel it only right to inform you that we are not alone. The Mughals are all around us, even as we speak, and I should imagine they are more than a little concerned by the horde of strangers that have descended upon them, their home. Mayhap now would be an opportune moment to introduce ourselves. This should serve. They're hiding, of course, but there are so many of them, Kupo. I am Kane Senna. My companions and I have braved the long road for the Twelveswood to share words with you. On this, the occasion of our first meeting, we bring an offering of light and wind. Ooh, such a gentle and pleasing glow, Kupo. I am Mogwin, chieftain of this Mughal clan. He is a very big Mughal. Chieftain Moglin. Moglin, it is an honor to meet you. Greetings, I'm Kuplo-Koop, ambassador of the Twelveswood Mughals. A Mughal from the world below? Your hide is of a different hue, but that palm is unmistakable. I might need a moment here, Kupo. My companions were no less surprised to learn of your existence here amongst the clouds. I hope they did not startle you overmuch in their eagerness to make your acquaintance. Full well can I imagine your wariness. I am told that men have not walked here in nigh on 1,000 winters. Mayhap you will forgive them their forwardness when I unfold to you the grave matter which first brought them into your midst. My companions crave an audience with the great worm-haired race Belgar, that they might negotiate an end to the war twixt man and dragon. An end to war, you say? I trust you, Kane Senna. The light of peace shines brightly within your soul. But I'm afraid the same cannot be said of your friends. To be plain, we did not hide ourselves because they were the first of your kind to be seen here in 1,000 years. Well, not only because of that. We hid because we smelled dragon blood. These skies are home to many, many dragons. While some crave peace, such as race Belgar, many others crave the opposite, such as Nidhogg. Suffice it to say, we are worried that the presence of your blood-spattered warrior friends will attract the attention of the nastier kind and invite destruction into our happy home. Now, just a moment, Chieftain. Celebrine here may have doled out the odd thrashing or two, but it's always been for a really good reason. She is a champion of the Twelveswood Mughals, and I'll not hear her good name slandered. Now, Ambassador, let's not ruffle each other's fur. I shall, of course, take your testimony into consideration. If I may, Chieftain, there is little room for trust twixt strangers. Might we not take this opportunity to learn more of each other? An excellent suggestion, Kupo. In the interests of fostering friendship and keeping an eye on you, I extend to you the hospitality of Moghome. Prove yourselves worthy of our assistance, and it will be yours. I shall be watching, Kupo. And with that, I'm just going to zoom out so that we can have a better view of we see Moglin and how much bigger he is. In fact, even Moglu is quite big. And then there's Moghan, Mugo, Moogle, not Moogle. Then there's ones in the air. And one's over here, Mogto. Look at how tiny those are in comparison. You sail. Forgive me, Slayerin, but mine efforts have all been in vain, as I fear Nidhogg's rage drives his minions to attack me on sight, and the few who did deign to speak fell silent as at the name of Reyes Velgar. Wherever I cannot say, but I fear it bodes ill. Kooplo-koop. How exciting to have relatives in the clouds, Kupo! Go on, stare at me if you must, Kupo. I have grown accustomed to such gazes of an unadulterated adoration. Creatures of my surpassing beauty are rare in the lands below, I should imagine. Sure, but that is a pretty little music-y thingy thing over there. Kane Senna. Just as their cousins in the Twellswood, these Moghome Muggles excel in the manipulation of aether. There are a few who could detect them if they choose not to be detected. I owe the Elder Seedseer my life. My duty to protect her surpasses all other concerns. Warrior of Light, we have not spoken since the trouble with good King Mogmug, and I would proffer my apologies. Had I not been bound by my duty to protect the Elder Seedseer, I would have stood with you against our accusers and I would have stood with you against your accusers in Ulda. And Stydian. And then we'll find Elfino. The Fury take these ridiculous flying rodents. Yep, no surprise you don't like them. Oh, I guess we'll talk to Elfino first. Elfino, I did not expect our travels to bring us to a Moogle village. I wonder if a similar settlement exists somewhere within the Twellswood. I have to kind of wonder that too, if there is a Moogle settlement somewhere. Moglin. Too far away. Moglin. Tell me, in the world down below, do all of your kind look so different from one another? It must be terribly disconcerting. What was it Kooplo-koop called you again? Celebrian? Humph. Your names are as odd as your appearance. Have you ever considered a nice Moogle name? Moglin is taken, by the way, Kupo. As are Moghan, Mogmug, and Mogwin, those being the names of the 3 wise Moogles who will administer the momentous challenges that I have devised to measure your worth. I call them the Trials of Trustworthiness. Undertake these trials, and we shall soon see whether or not you are worthy of our aid. And with that, we have these, and as I said, I was going to take that. Ta-da! So we do have indeed 3 quests, and we shall pick those up. Moghan. And you see we have other weapons, so that's the Lancer's weapon, or Dragoons. The Pugilists, I believe. Yes, indeed. Very, very odd. This one is the Ninjas. Also kind of cool. And then you also have the shield for Paladin, which I might take, even though I don't need it, and reasons and stuff. Why can't we test your trustworthiness with a trial? Hello, yes, I am Mogham, the foremost alchemist in Moghome, if you must know. If your tummy's gloopy or your wings are droopy, I've got a potion to fix that. Or I would if I didn't keep running out of ingredients. Luckily, you're here to do my trial. Yes, go forth, mighty adventurer, and mightily pluck 3 sprigs of cloud's breath for me. You'll find it blooming near the entrance to Ael's home. It's not the safest of places, so don't let yourself be too distracted by the pretty flowers, Kupo. And we'll pick this one up, and then that one over there. Mogmug. And we have our bard / archers, then our machinists weapon, and I believe this is the thaumaturge, and I actually kind of like that. That's kind of cool, and like it by it's an interesting, unique looking thing. I will probably go for I'm not sure. I think I kind of like the machinist's one the best. Oh, and their canists as well. My bad, I didn't even see that one there. Okay, I kind of like that too. Anyway, Mogmug would test your trustworthiness with a trial. Yes, you have the pleasure of speaking with Mogmug. I know, I am the fluffiest, most enchanting creature you have ever laid eyes upon, Kupo. It isn't easy being this adorable. I can barely take a stroll outside without these relentless Dravonians throwing themselves at me. Why, they look as if they might just gobble me up, right up. That is probably what they're trying to do. In any case, fleeing their overbearing adulation is growing a bit tiresome. Your trial, madame, is this. Find these ardent Archosauruses and slap some manners into them, Kupo. Perhaps a firm smack on the snout will teach them to appreciate my charm from afar. Yep, I'm sure that would do the trick. And Mogwin here. Mogwin would test your trustworthiness as I look at these first, and I actually really like that. The conjurers, then we have the summoners, and then we have the astrologians, and then we have red mage. And of all those, I will probably go for this one. Anyway, Mogwin will test your trustworthiness with a trial. Mogwin's the name and art is my game. When it comes to painting, there are none in Moghome who can match my talent with a brush, Kupo. I know why you have come. Chieftain Moglin has demanded that I test your trustworthiness, but as I trust no one to create art that will satisfy me, I instead charge you with retrieving a masterpiece I seem to have misplaced. It was an ambitious and innovative work, guaranteed to fetch at least 4 Kupo nuts on the open market. You must find it. Question the masses. Surely a pebble painted with such vibrant color and unmistakable panache, cannot have escaped the notice of every Moogle in Moghome. And so we need to speak with Moghome? Moghome. Mogwin is missing his masterpiece, Kupo. Oh, you mean that paint-smeared mess of a pebble? I have not seen it recently. A fact for which my eyes are profoundly grateful. And muddled Moogle over here. Maestro Mogwin has misplaced his masterpiece, Kupo. Oh, happy day! If I am the swifter in finding it, I will soon have a genuine Mogwin for the price of a little perspiration. Honestly, who has 4 Kupo nuts just lying about to spend on such luxuries? Especially since you guys usually eat those. Mogto. I don't know much about his stone, but I do know Mogwin's been creeping out the back way to Som'al's summit from time to time, Kupo. Maybe he left it up there. And speaking of which, we will head up this way. Because I believe that's where we need to go. Pretty sure that is. And we see our first aether curtain, for that matter. I actually forgot there was one here. And that's the first for here, the Churning Mists, and we have a lot to go. Needless to say. And you can see we're also daytime, so I'm just going to zoom out here as we see these dancing Moogles and take a look in this direction here. It's kind of farther away than I expected it to be, and we have that in the way. Let's turn around there. There we go. So we can kind of see the runes a little bit better. But it is very, very vibrantly blue up here. I love the colors and stuff up here. When it's sunny like this, that is. And I believe we need to head over here for the Moogle quest. We'll just start running here. I think it's somewhere up there. I will find out shortly. Well, we do have something that's supposed to be right here, but that's probably underneath. Okay, so we need to head over that way, and there's clearly something here. Except on this side, and I don't think we can jump down because it's too far and prevents us from doing so. Yeah. So I think I have to go over this way. Can I jump down from here? Oh, this is gonna hurt. Yeah, that hurt. I knew I wasn't gonna die, though. Yes, we need to speak with Mogwin. Mogwin, Oh, what did you find out, Kupo? I probably was one step too soon. Yes. Yes, now that you mention it, I do seem to recall leaving my pebble out in the sun to dry. Ahem, the second part of your trial commences. Go, adventurer, and retrieve my masterpiece before some art-starved admirer swipes the stone for himself. Okay, now we need to head up there, I think. If I remember which direction I need to go. Let's hop onto a chocobo. I was indeed correct. I just was one step too soon. Painted stone. Perfect, so that is one done. And the other two require us to go over that way, and I believe I can jump down without completely killing myself over here. Am I not able to jump down from here? Well, that's stupid. There's no reason to not be able to from there. And once again, that's gonna hurt. Ow. Okay. We'll speak to Mogwin since we're here. Mogwin, do you have a Kupo? Is my masterpiece safe? Little masterpiece, an ordinary rock awash with extraordinary color. What the color represents, however, you cannot discern from an angle. Yes, this is my work. Is it not exquisite? I call it Contemplations of Zenith. Thank you, madame. At last I can exchange my art for those delectable Kupo nuts. Chieftain Moglin will hear of this valorous deed. And with that, we have these options, and as I said, I'll probably go with that. And I just did. And that gives us another side quest, which I am not starting right now. Alrighty, and before I do anything else, I'm going to set this as my home point in case I happen to die, which shouldn't be the case, but in the event that I do, I will respawn there. And without that said, we will head over here, and Moghome will reek of fish and kelp Kupo because of them. And we need to find these thingies, which of course I just spawned a whole host of nasties. And one thing you have to be careful is that these things are strong, so... And that's exactly why I set my home point to that, because I remember dying a lot along here. I attempted to swap to a tank class because of how nasty those dorks can be. Seriously? Did it just notice me from over here? Oh, it did. It went back that way. Good. Yeah. I expect that to happen at least one more time, but now that we have one of those cleared, I should be able to get here, maybe, hopefully, without getting noticed. There we go. Okay, so that's our Cloud's Breath here, and we have two more to find. Unfortunately, we're gonna have to run through here, I think. So I'm gonna drop onto my mount here. Yes, that's what I expected. And you can see the Tyrannosauruses there, or Archosauruses, or whatever they call them, and Cloud's Breath here. And I am out of range for that. Perfect. I am going to do this one right now, since I'm, well, here. A right Archosaurus, Archosaur. I'm saying it wrong. some reason my button controls and my attacking is not very cooperative today. And we have a Bull Archosaurus. There we go, and that should be the last of those ones. Okay, so, and then I think the last Cloud Skinny... what are we supposed to get? Cloud's Breath. Right, I think that's up here somewhere. Maybe. I do think we can get up this way, and I'm going to try to ignore anything that happens to see me. Yeah, we can't get up here. There we go. Yeah, there it is over here. And we discovered a new location in the process, so this is now opened. Cloud's Breath. Perfect. And so we're gonna make our way back over to Moghome. We're gonna help this person too. Alrighty, and we'll speak with Mogmug first, as we were clearing the dinosaurs. Mogmug. You were able to humble my Dravanian devotees? Wonderful! You are as capable as I am captivating, Kupo. Still, my precious perfection does not excuse these louts from pursuing me so mercilessly, their tongues lolling and bellies rumbling. The Dravanians and their ilk have much to learn about acceptable acts of admiration. Or you need to be a little more sensible in what's actually happening? Maybe? No? Okay. Right, so that obviously unlocks another side quest. And Moghan. Did you have any trouble finding Cloud's Breath? I do need it quite urgently, you know. Cloud's Breath. Lack of imagination has led to most white flowers found growing in the skybound regions of Drania and Elba, Lathia to be named after clouds, this light-petaled specimen being no exception. Okay. Oh yes, these are perfect, Kupo. Now we have the main ingredient for my palm tonic. Speaking of which, how are you feeling, miss? Should you ever feel your palm losing its bounce, then I'm your Moogle, Kupo. Okay. You have completed the trials of trustworthiness. Return to Chieftain Moglin and await his judgment. Moglin. Moglin. Chieftain Moglin is ready to pass judgment on your trial performance. Celebrity, if that is what you insist on calling yourself, you have completed the trials of trustworthiness, administered by the taskmasters Moghan, Mogmug, and Mogwin. During these grueling tests of character, I closely observed your conduct, as well as that of your companions. And I am decided, Kupo. Gather your friends before me now, so that I need not repeat myself needlessly. And thusly, we shall, find our friends, and I'm not going to actually pick this up because it's more than likely an Aether current quest. Are these trials over then? My tasks have been a little more than household chores. If our hosts elect not to grant their aid after working us like pack chocobos, I shall demand compensation and couponuts out of principle, but I hope it will not come to that. Let us hear the chieftain's verdict, shall we? Estinian. How go your trials, Warrior of Light? I myself have been sent on a number of expeditions to chastise the local dragon population. Did not their chieftain wish to avoid inflaming the Dravanians? Such contradictions aside, our hosts seemed entranced by the height of my leap, and compared me to Mog, a lance-wielding Moogle warrior of Eld, who also favored such attacks. 'Twas meant as a compliment, I expect, but I doubt these furry lumps could leap a caracal lamb, much less a dragoon. Conclude your business here swiftly, Celebrian. I like not this place. And then we need to likely speak with, apparently Kane Senna. Kane Senna. Standing here in Moghome, my thoughts turn inevitably to the legend of good King Moglin XII and his seat in the heavens. Like most, I thought it no more than a myth, a story from younglings that grew with the telling, but with every passing moment I become more certain that we have discovered the origin of the tale. Full eager am I to hear what the chieftain has to say. And finally, we need to speak with Kuplokoop and Ysael. Kuplokoop. We've become such friends, Kupo. My Moogle cousins love to sing and dance as much as I do. Chieftain Moglan has finally come to a decision, has he? Well, I suppose I'd better flutter over and see him then. And you sail. What sorcery is this, that my heart should stir at mere fluffiness? A Solarian? I was... no matter. What is it? Chieftain Moglin has made his decision? Well, let us not keep him waiting, then. Yep, the fluffiness. It'll get you every time. Just to check, as I will show. See? Aether current. If you could see that half a second ago. Moglin. Yes. That's his name, isn't it? We'll find out shortly. Yes, it is Moglin. Never have I ever seen such determined workers, Kupo. It would have taken us moons to complete all those dreary chores and niggling errands. At least he admitted it. And have our labors proven the purity of our intentions, Chieftain? Without a doubt. In fact, there was never really all that much doubt to begin with. You were, after all, already friends with a fellow Moogle. But you see, before any meeting with Velgar could take place, certain preparations needed to be made. And what better way to help you pass the time than by having you perform all the tiresome tasks that no one ever wants to do, Kupo? Grrr. Oh dear, the thorn! Bring out the horn! Quickly now! We blew on this wondrous instrument whenever we wished to speak with the Great Worm, Kupo. We haven't perhaps been treating it with care it deserves of late, and I think Moghan may have sat on it. So we needed some time for cleaning and polishing, and straightening. No lasting harm done, though. Now you need simply head to Zenith, the worm's dwelling to the west, and give the horn a good toot. We are in your debt, Chieftain. Thanks to your noble gift, we shall finally have a chance to plead our case to raise Velgar. Very possibly, yes. But I wouldn't get my hopes up too high, Kupo. The old worm isn't terribly fond of, Your concern is appreciated, but I am quite certain that Raise Velgar will welcome our overtures. Should we ever arrive at his lair, come, we have squandered enough time already. Chieftain Moglan, we thank you for your gracious hospitality. Though we must soon take our leave, I pray that we may continue to nurture the shoots of this new-sprung friendship twixt earth and sky. Of course, Kupo. Visit us whenever you wish. Consider Moghome your home amongst the clouds. Bye-bye. Wait. And of course that probably unlocks some other things, and we'll talk to Moghan right here. Thanks for the help, Kupo. I doubt I could ever have found time for all those rotten chores. Hey, it wasn't my idea. If the chieftain had spent a little less time sitting about and a little more time chieftaining, things would never have gotten so messy in the first place. And he was the one who sat on the horn, by the way. But now all the errands are done and the horn is fixed, so all's well that ends well, eh, Kupo? Sure. Moghan is ready to lead you out of Moghome. Well, I expect you're eager to be on your way. Did I mention your friend was looking for you, Kupo? If not, Elfinode is looking for you. I'll be waiting just outside, stretching my wings. Let me know when you're ready to depart. And so we'll speak with Elfinode. To the best of my knowledge, we have all that we need for our trip to Zenith, and I believe the Elder Seedseer and her retinue will soon be making the journey back to Gridania. It would be remiss of us, I think, not to convey our gratitude to them prior to going our separate ways, shall we? Indeed. Koopla Koop. cannot wait to tell my kinsmoogle in the Twelveswood all about this place. They will be beside themselves with envy, Kupo. Kane, Senna. Elfno, Celebrian, I do humbly thank you for what has been a most enlightening experience. Were it not for your pioneering spirit, the existence of these moogles may never have been revealed to us. 'Tis we who should be thankful, Elder Seedseer. Were not for your timely diplomacy, they would never have chosen to reveal themselves at all. And 'twas your presence, Kuplo-Koop, that ultimately won us their trust. It must have taken great courage to leave the sanctuary of the Twelveswood, and we are exceedingly glad that you did. It was my pleasure, Kupo. I've made so many new friends, and I have so many fantastic tales to tell my kinsmoogles back home. And it is our home that we must now return. May you ever walk in the light of the crystal, my friends. Safe journey, Elder Seedseer. We too must be on our way. Rice Velgar awaits. Warrior of Light, pray attend closely to your companion. Surastinian, beneath that stoical facade, a storm of anguish seethes unseen. Noted. Thank you. And that is actually where we're going to leave off this video. We need to speak with Moghan just outside. In the next video, I'm going to pick this up because I think I have to do something along the way as well. But that is it for this one. Thank you for watching.